Hey guys, just starting to stream here. I see a few people are joining in. Just gonna wait until there's a few more people. Hey guys, welcome. Just waiting for a few more people to join. I'm also streaming on YouTube. If you don't know my channel, it is, I think here in the chat, Natural Law is my name. I'll give you a link to the channel. Let's see how this works. Well, here's my channel. Welcome guys. Just waiting for a few more people to join in. We're going to be going over PolkaDot, and currently what I see is bullish in the technicals and fundamentals. Let's go ahead and start. Give me 1 second. All right, back. Just had to take the pasta off the stove. Okay. So, as you guys know, just a little recap of the market. Bitcoin hit an all-time high, right, recently in the last month, then kind of made a triple top. We're looking at a dot chart right now, by the way. But it's very similar to Bitcoin's. So, Bitcoin sold off 51%, right? And we had this overextension here. This right here, this overextension in the sell-off, this represents a culmination of traders going long on leverage. You're getting liquidations, right? And you see the long wick here. The long wick is because you have institutions and funds, the whales, they're buying up, absorbing the supply. And that's why you get these wicks down. They look like death wicks and then right back up. So what I'm seeing here in DOT right now, if you just take a look at a fib retracement, and right before, right, you just draw your fib line here, right, before the bull market launched, and then all the way to the all-time high. And then you look to see where the price is retraced to, right? So basically, if you got your golden pocket zone, which is between 0.5 and 618, that's kind of like your buy zone. So what happened here in the sell-off with PolkaDot is we got down all the way to the 786, right here, this bottom blue line. Thank God we didn't go further, right? Because if we pierced that, the next low would have been theoretically here to test $4.60. But isn't it magical how fib works like this? I mean, it touched the exact line 786 from when you draw your retracement tool from the bottom of the bowl all the way to the top. These things work. It's not magic. It's just mathematics, psychology and mathematics. So what we're doing here right now, we're looking at a 1 hour chart, or actually 4 hours, sorry. It's a 4 hour chart at DOT. So what we're doing here right now is, after we've made the sell off, the capitulation wick, right, the buy up from the bottom, this hammer candle that closed the 4 hour candle, which is a bullish candle. What's happening here is you're getting a lot of people who bought here, sold here, right, for short-term profit, and you're getting this ranging motion, right? Remember, this is the 618 line, this is the 0.5 line. So we're ranging right now in between the golden zone, the golden pocket. This right here is when you want to be buying. Let me put it here, make a little square. So this here, this is when you want to be buying. If you're buying in this purple, you know, obviously you're buying down here. You've got cold water running in your veins, right? Obviously. We didn't know if it was going to go much lower. Now we have confirmation. You made a low, higher low, right? Now you're making this sort of inverse head and shoulder pattern. Not really apparent in DOT right now, but in some of the other coins, you can see it more clearly. Nothing bearish in this technical setup. You got a high here, higher high, right? Higher low. Here's a low, a higher low. We're starting to see very bullish undercurrents in DOT. And parachains are about to roll out. I just made a post. You can click on my name, look at my idea history, and you'll see it. I just made a post here last night, and basically parachains are going to roll out any day now. When they do, you're going to see DOT head to this $80 range. And if you're buying in this zone right here, this purple, you know, this is the golden pocket zone. If you're buying here, your upside is 80, right? So you have a 4x upside with limited downside with these bullish structural technicals behind it, right? The low, the higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high, and a higher low. So right now, DOT offers you an opportunity, in my opinion, to just really, and this is a blue chip, right? If we get into the fundamentals, DOT blows away the competition. It's not even a competition. It's a layer 1 scaling solution. It is a Web 3.0 protocol. But here's the interesting thing with DOT. It's faster than traditional centralized networks like Visa. Visa only at a peak does like 20,000 transactions per second, maybe 40,000 at an ultimate peak, right? PolkaDot, at a bare minimum, will do 100,000, and Gavin Wood estimates 1 million as you get more parachains and parathreads rolling out. Because the idea with PolkaDot is actually, as it scales, it gets faster. And that's just the way that it was coded. That's why he left Ethereum, by the way, because Ethereum had a different vision. You know, this is very typical in a tech startup and any startup in general, right? You have a collision of ideas between founders, right? So Gavin Wood, who's a PhD, by the way, I think it's in engineering or computer engineering or something along that line. He wrote the parity programming language, by the way. So the guy's a genius, first of all, which is the parent company of PolkaDot. So the main thing that happened with Ethereum is he had a different vision for scaling it, right? Ethereum's scaling is only going to get it on a layer 1 solution, is only going to get it to 4,000 to 5,000, maybe 4,000 transactions per second. And that's a year away. Now add in the complexity that you're adding in layer 2 scaling solutions on Ethereum. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Ethereum. I like Ethereum. It's a strong coin, it's a strong project. But the fact that you're adding in an extra layer to scale it adds in complexities. You're going to add in programming complexities. It's going to be difficult here's the main thing that I want you guys to take away from this stream. It's going to be very, very difficult for app makers to program and code a language that aligns with Ethereum's innate substrate, right? So whereas PolkaDot, layer 1 alone, is going to scale to 1 million transactions per second, 1 million. So it reduces the complexity, it reduces surface area for app makers, anyone who's trying to program any sort of app, you know, and they're trying to align it with Polkadot's programming language. It's going to be very simple. It's a layer 1 connect. It's not a layer 1 and a layer 2 where you have to make sure the languages match. It's very, it's ingeniously designed. It's just the short way to put it. And here's the crazy thing. No one is talking about parachains. We are literally about to roll out. I'll get the link for you here. I'll show you actually. Let me get my TradingView account. I'll put the link in the post that I just made. This post here, by the way. So this was just posted 15 hours ago by Kusama. Kusama is Polkadot's first parachain rollout. Just so you know, think of them as the same. They're not the same. They both have different tokens, but for all respective purposes, think of them as the same. So this was just posted 15 hours ago, and it's basically a checklist of the things that they need to do before parachains are completely rolled out. And the other thing is Gavin Wood posted a Medium article. I can bring it up for you guys if you want. Just type in the chat if you want me to bring it up. But I'll just go over it. On May 17th, he posted a Medium article basically stating that it would be days away before parachains actually rolls out. This is monumental. It's a revolutionary update that no one is talking about. We're literally 1, 2, you can count these as the same, determine auction schedule published at 3, 4 checkboxes away from parachains rolling out. And these are minor things. These aren't major, you know, upgrade. There's a shell parachain that they're updating right now, right? They're using to test the parachain framework to make sure it's, you know, rigid and robust, right? So once they upgrade from the shell, they're basically, it's all indications are a go, right? These here, this is going to take literally less than 3 hours to determine. Yeah, it's not going to take long. Once you get the auction schedule, which they already have an idea of what it's going to look like, they just need to publish it. Then this one's just, you know, superfluous, because once this is published, obviously this is going to be activated. So you really only have like 2 checkboxes here to really finish, and then parachains is rolled out. Remember, if they're posting this 15 hours ago, right, and they're 95% done on their checklist here, and Gavin Wood on May 17th said they're days away, right? Now it's the 28th. So we're obviously 11 days from when he said that. We're not far away from this. We're not far away from a moment in history when PolkaDot will just rise precipitously overnight. You're gonna go to sleep one night, wake up the next morning, and it's just up $50. And that's why if you're buying in this golden pocket zone right now, this is the smartest thing you can be doing, accumulating. You don't have to buy right here this second. I'm just giving you, you know, a hint that if you're in this zone, which this line here is strong support, you know, it's not going to go back down, in my opinion, because of the bullish setup that we've seen so far in the technicals. It's not going to go back down and test the 786 line. That's just ridiculous FUD. And Bitcoin isn't going to go back down to 30K, in my opinion. I think we just kind of trend sideways. There's been just so much FUD lately that it's kind of interesting how coordinated it's been from the news outlets themselves. And we can get into that later. We don't have to talk about it now. But main idea is buying this purple box, this golden pocket zone. You know, we're probably going to come up and test and push through this. You know, we had a first test here. We got rejected, right? We came back down, tested the lower end, the 618 line. That was rejected. It was bought up swiftly. And now we're going to head back And I can't tell you when they're going to, have the final, checks here. I can't tell you when because I don't know when. I just know that when it occurs, it's going to be too late, right? It's going to be too late when that does drop. When the news drops that Parachains is finally rolled out and we've got the auction schedule, it's see you later, alligator, head to the beach, right? You're going to do something like this. Here's my little drawing tool. You're going to do something like this, right? We're gonna trend, test, maybe come back down. Bitcoin rises again, maybe through the weekend. So PolkaDot just kind of trends with it, right? Comes back down, tests. Then you're going to head to the top of this next fib line. It's a fib retracement line. Let's see which one that is. Let me pull it in. It's the 3/8. Yeah, 382. So you're going to head to the 382. And then say the news drops here. Boom. See you later, alligator. That's what's going to happen. You're not going to have this slow and steady rise. This isn't a small update. This is larger than anything we've seen in the history of any cryptocurrency. And remember, PolkaDot's fully decentralized. It has 900 validators. 900, not 21 like EOS. EOS raised what, like 10 billion? I forget how much money. It was like $5 billion in their initial fund offering, right? It took over like a year to raise it, but they raised like $5 billion and they only have 21 validators. It's not decentralized, right? Whereas PolkaDot it has 900 validators. You're fully decentralized, and you're going to have a transaction per second of hundreds of thousands to a million. That's faster than Google. It's faster than Amazon. It's faster than Visa. It's insane. I can't express enough emphasis here, guys. The technological advancement that's occurring in front of our eyes, and you have a chance to buy in the golden fucking pocket zone. You have a chance to buy here right now after these bullish technicals have already transpired. For the new people that have joined, by the way, I'll go through them again. We've sold off, right? Capitulation wick. You made your low in the fib zone, right? Here in the 786. You touched it, boom, bought back up quickly. You made a high. You made a higher low. Another high, a higher low. Another high, a higher low, right? Right here, another higher low. This is a beautiful, beautiful chart. I actually like this chart more than Chainlink. And you're going to say, oh, well, Chainlink's at, $28, I think right now, went up to 34. They don't have a rollout like this occurring. They don't have a fundamental catalyst that's about to occur, a paradigm shift, revolutionary change, where they go from 1,000, because right now PolkaDot's 1,000 transactions per second. They're scaling to 100,000 overnight, and then onwards up to 1 million as you get more parachain auctions and you scale, right? That's not happening. And believe me, I like Chainlink a lot. I love it. Great project, great team. Sergey Nazarov's a genius. But a different protocol, different setup, different application. PolkaDot is a layer 1 Web 3.0 app. It literally is, what they are marketing it as. It's faster than centralized organizations. I mean, it's literally insane what we see in PolkaDot. It's faster than, and I like Cardano too, but it's going to be faster than Cardano. And by the way, Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, who's also the other co-founder of Ethereum, he respects Gavin Wood a lot. They're both PhDs. So both Cardano and PolkaDot, they're similar projects in that they're scaling solutions that are better than Ethereum. Don't get me wrong again, guys. I'm not putting foot on Ethereum. I like Ethereum, but I think you need to hedge yourselves if you're heavily in Ethereum, because Polkadot is faster. To me, it's the Apple of the cryptocurrencies. It has a similar marketing scheme too. But this is just what I wanted to show you. I just wanted to do a quick little stream. If you guys have questions, let me take a look at the chat. BTC, hey Tupaka, how's it going, by the way? BTC up or down, ramp up or down, thanks. Yeah, I think, let me pull up the Bitcoin chart. Let's take a look. So there's not a whole lot to worry about in Bitcoin. I mean, we are under the moving average right now. Let's see, let's pull up the hourlies actually. So, okay. So you do have a cross, that's my 20. So you do have a cross of the 20 below the 55 and the 34, and the 34 cross below the 55. It's not bearish per se, it's just momentum, right? This is just natural mathematics. If you're going to get sold off to the downside, these are going to cross on the hourlies. I wouldn't take it as like a statistically significant signal. You did have this little wedge pattern here. It didn't sell off like everyone was saying to 30K. You know, everyone, when it broke out of here, this little resistance line, the bottom of the wedge pattern, you know, everyone was screaming for 30K immediately. Didn't do that. I still don't think it's going to do it. You do kind of have this little bit of it's a weak looking head and shoulder pattern. I don't think it's really technically correct, but yeah, you do have a left shoulder ahead, kind of a right shoulder here. We'll see. I don't think it's going to play out, but remember, even if you have a bearish pattern, there's still bullish patterns on other time frames, right? You can't ignore those either. And another thing is, this is a daily, this particular line right here, let me color it different. This line right here, let's make it dashed, it's a higher time frame support on a daily candle close. So if we close above this line today, I think it actually invalidates the entire head and shoulder pattern completely, because this is significant support, this line here. This is actually significant, and it's not to be ignored. You know, a lot of people, they look at the current pattern that any coin is in, or any equity asset, whatever, it doesn't even matter what you're looking at, and they always just kind of they use that and extrapolate as that is the most likelihood, you know, it's the highest likelihood scenario, when in reality you have to take everything into consideration, the low, the higher low, right? And here's another higher low, by the way. Yeah, you've got a low here, but as long as we range back, close, and then make some headway into next week and make a higher high here, it invalidates the pattern completely. So I mean, it's a TBD determination. It's not definite that we're going to head down a third. I actually think we kind of range here for the next couple of days. And knowing kind of what the news that's been out lately with inflation, with Biden printing 6 trillion, with Dalio announcing his position, with who's the other billionaire that's coming in, Icon, who's coming in with 1.5 billion. I mean, you do have a lot of bullish undercurrents fundamentally too. So that can invalidate bearish patterns quite easily. And I don't think the FUD out of China is nearly as bad as what everyone thought it was either, right? Originally, a week ago, you know, everyone was saying, oh, you know, they're banning every miner in China, right? Well, we come to find out that actually they're only focusing on miners in Inner Mongolia, where it's the coal region of China, right? And it's just a specific subset of miners that they want to target. And so what do those miners have to do? Well, they only have to move to a different region inside China, or they're going to move to North America, which we've already seen news of that occurring. We've already seen some of the miners inquire about moving to North America, which is actually awesome, right? Because what does it do? It lessens the hash power out of China, which has, I think it's 69, 70% hash power right now is consolidated in China. So if you get more miners moving to the US is going to gain, you know, a little bit of clout in a safer jurisdiction too, right? And then you're going to have greener solutions in the US, right? And some miner just announced that they're investing $250 million in a solar panel project in Montana. That just came out like 10 minutes ago. So you do have this focus on ESG, and I know a lot of it's virtue signaling. Like most of it isn't really actually a legitimate concern, because most mining in general is already renewable in and of itself. Yeah, you do have some sources that are coal in China, but by and large, the direction of Bitcoin mining, and it uses a lot less power than traditional banking, right? That's something that everyone else fails to mention is, okay, well, what does the traditional system use, and how much electricity does that actually waste, right? And it's a lot more than Bitcoin. Whereas Bitcoin actually, it incentivizes renewable energy production, because anyone who invests capital into a renewable energy facility, solar, wind, hydropower, whatever, you actually have an incentive to have a Bitcoin miner, right? Because your production at the renewable facility isn't always taken up by demand from grid demand, right? So a lot of energy from renewables is actually wasted every year. So if that wasted energy is put towards Bitcoin mining, right, it reduces their costs. So I actually think that you're going to see an explosion of incremental renewable energy production solely because of Bitcoin mining. And it makes the narrative better for mainstream institutions and like people who aren't, they're the touchy feely, like, they're always talking about virtue signaling, like topics, those kind of institutions. It makes it easy for them to join in those $1 trillion, asset under management kind of, bond funds, right? So I do think it makes the story better. That's the long run picture, right? Short run, I don't think Bitcoin's in any necessary danger. We've had the capitulation wick here, right, on the 23rd. So I don't see, there's no reason fundamentally, not even technically really, for Bitcoin to just dump all of a sudden. Like, it makes no sense. Oh yeah, we had the worst sell-off in the history of a bull run, right? In the middle of a bull run, other than 2013, where you did have a 70% sell-off. This was one of the worst sell-offs ever. It was a 50% sell-off. There's no reason for it to, let's just dump again, guys, for no fucking reason, right? It makes no sense. Also, is something in 2013 that they didn't have. There are tons of on-ramps in Bitcoin. You've got Apple Pay. Most people don't even realize this, I don't think, or a lot of people don't. You've got Apple Pay. You can buy Bitcoin on Apple Pay right now on your Apple iPhone. You've got, you can buy Ethereum there as well, and a couple other ones. I forget which ones. I think Stellar and, the typical Bitcoin Cash. You can buy on PayPal. You can buy Bitcoin right now. Every person in the Western world has either Apple Pay or PayPal or Venmo or Cash App. That's literally 800 million people that have access to buy crypto here at the lows that didn't have that opportunity in 2013, did not have that opportunity in 2017. That's another point of analysis that everyone ignores, is the flood of on-ramps, right? On-ramps will dampen volatility on the low end and will better ensure, because a lot of people, they wanted to buy in when it was at 60 and they didn't, right? So they're buying in here. Yeah, they're dipping their toes. They're putting their hands in the water, right? They're buying, they're nipping here, right? That's all incremental demand. That's good. And that'll invalidate a bearish structure, by the way. Let's see, next question. Best dot entry point. Yeah, what's up, Faye Diane? How's it going? So the best dot entry point really is going to be here. Let me show you. Let me zoom in. It's going to be on this fib line. So this is the 618, this green line right here. Your best entry point is right here. It's $21.20. Okay. Now, I can't promise you it gets back down there. We were just literally 12 hours ago, 8 hours ago at $26. And that was testing the 0.5 fib line. So do we come back down? I don't know. I would start layering in your buys here, because you're already less than halfway right down from the 0.5 fib line, which means, in my opinion, it's a good time to buy. I would start buying here, to be honest. So that's one. Yeah, Goldberg. I'll mention Ramp for sure. And how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. That will be a good pickup once we get confirmation. Yeah, I definitely agree there. Do you not think BTC comes back down? We could get down around 17. Lit Dog. Hey, how's it going, Lit Dog? Yeah, I mean, there's a chance it could come back down, BTC, but again, I don't think we get that far. We were just way too overextended. And again, just reiterating my argument I just made a minute ago, about the on ramps. I don't think we're going to have a major sell-off. And I think there's some bullish technicals on Bitcoin itself, right? This daily candle higher time frame close that right now Bitcoin's battling on, right? I would love to see it close above, right? At the end of the day, that would tell me that all the bearish naysayers, they're nonsense at this point, in my opinion. And then getting above these hourly EMA ribbons would be great, right? That'd be another great thing to see. Before, if you want to ensure your dot buy, but I don't think we could even close here and it's still not bearish, right? And we could continue to range higher in the coming days. I really don't think. And I looked at the last two Friday option closes of the last 2 months, by the way. Label. Yeah, so April 30th. This was the last. Everyone says that Friday options at the end of the month are bearish, but when you look at the history, that's not true. Look at this big green candle, right? That was a Friday close in April. It was an options expiration date. And it went from 53.5 all the way to 57.5, right? How about the month before? The month before was March 26th. That was the last Friday of the month. That's when options were expiring. Oh, and lo and behold, look, there was a dump sell-off prior to it. And look and behold, there was a dump sell-off prior to the April close as well, right? And it blasted higher. So I don't buy this narrative that, just because it's a Friday options expiration day and it's the last Friday of the month that it has to be bearish. I don't get where these narratives get parroted because the data never really aligns with what they're saying. And so I don't agree with any like major sell-off occurring here. I think it's just kind of nonsense. Could it happen? Yeah, I just think the probability is low. Okay, let me check another couple questions. BNB. Yeah, I'll talk about BNB a little bit later. I'm in favor of watching the live recap every Friday of the crypto market. Yeah. Let's see. Do you have YouTube? I do have a YouTube channel. The name, I'll type it in here. Natural Law. That's my name on YouTube. You can search me there. It's not a big channel yet. I'm trying to build it up, obviously, but I'm much bigger here on TradingView, just because this is where I started. So yeah, I'll build up my YouTube channel. I've only got like, I don't know, 20 subscribers, something like that. CTSI. I'll take a look at that too. So moving to Ramp real quick, because a couple of you guys want to look at Ramp. I love this project, by the way. Ramp USDT. Let's look at the Bittrex. Okay. Let me draw a couple fib lines here for you guys. I'm gonna do a fib timeline, which is kind of cool. A lot of people don't do this actually, but I think it's smart. So let's do a little. Actually, let's pull up the Binance chart. I think it has a longer history. So here we go. So typically you draw this from a low. Let's do from here. So these fib time zones kind of mark important phase changes. And if you notice, lo and behold, look at this fib timeline right here. This one, this 2 line, big green candle on it, marks a change in phases, right? You had a dumpy time in this whole period of this fib time zone from the 1 to the 2, and then Ramp blasted up right on the line. Pretty interesting, right? How this is working out. It's not. You shouldn't take it as exact science, but it's just kind of cool to look at the fib time zones. Oftentimes, these shifts between the lines here mark pivotal moments, pivotal changes of price action. Let me get a retracement. Let's do a little retracement on here. Problem is this retracement is not going to be accurate because Ramp started at a penny. So let me just do the extension instead. So the way you do an extension is you go from prior local high, bottom, to bottom to high, actually. Prior local high, lot lower. Let me no, that's just my theory extension. Never mind. Okay, so we're good. So let's take a look here. So in these low caps, obviously you're going to get a bigger sell-off in these fib extensions, right? It retraced all the way down to the 0.236, bounce back, and now you're in the 618. You're in the golden pocket zone again. Any coin that's in the golden pocket zone, this is what you want to be accumulating right now at this very moment. And obviously it's a little bit below. You're at the. This is an extension tool, so you can't. It's not the correct way to look at the retracement. So you did hit the golden pocket on the extension, right? This is a fib extension, which is nice to see. Hit it, bounce back down, which is okay. It's actually a good time to buy because it's right on my parabola line that I drew I drew this like 4 weeks ago originally. So it's kind of interesting. It's following my parabola almost verbatim. I do think there's a lot of upside in Ramp. Ramp, if you don't know, it's a DeFi project that's hold on, a jet just went overhead. Jesus Christ. Flying jets here in Miami. I don't know if you heard that, but you're probably going to hear a sonic boom in a second. So Ramp, if you don't know anything about it, just real quick, a little recap. It's a DeFi project. It's kind of like Compound in that you can earn yield and interest, except you earn much higher yield and interest with Ramp. And it's the first multi-chain DeFi project. There's not another one like it that actually has multi-chain like Matic, BSC, Ethereum, right? It has 3 right now, and they're going to add. Well, they're adding Matic right now. They're integrating. It's not there yet, but that's the next big update. Hold on, another jet going by. Okay, that one wasn't as bad. So they're adding Matic. They're integrating Matic right now. So in my opinion, it's a great time to buy because obviously Matic's the hottest name in the market. You know, everyone's talking about it. So when they integrate it, Jesus Christ, these jets. Sorry for the noise, guys, if you hear that in the background. So when they integrate it, you're going to see Ramp. You know, it's going to bump up higher. And then when they integrate Chainlink, which is coming soon as well, you're going to see another bump higher. I love this project. It's an ultra low cap. I think it's like 100 million market cap, if that. It's probably lower actually right now. It's probably like 70. So I think it's a good time to start buying Ramp as well if you haven't bought it yet. I do ultimately think this goes to like definitely $2, $5, and potentially $10 by the cycle end. And I have it drawn in July, but that could be pushed back to September. I just think it's a great project. So you're going to hit your fib extension here. The first one you're going to hit is the 1. That's your first target price, which is 52 cents, right? And I think it actually came up there and hit it, got close to it. Then you're going to hit your you're going to hit your 1.618, right? 65 cents. The next one after that's going to be your 2618 at $1, right? And then you're going to probably hit your ultimate extension 5.271 in just this potential impulse wave higher, right? Which would be $1.83. And then you'll get like a sell-off, right? And then another, you know the rinse and repeat. So you'll get a sell-off retracement, and then you'll go higher, boom. You'll go back to 5, 10, right? Start the cycle over again. But we're not going to get back to these lows again, in my opinion. I think this is the opportune time to start buying Ramp. Yeah, Ramp is so beautiful. I'm reading your comments now. I'm back in the chat. Ramp is so beautiful and the team is so tight. Yep, definitely agree, Goldberg. It's also backed by VC venture capital fund. You know, it's a few of them actually, and they've invested $1 million, right? Which is to say something because venture capital funds have only invested in, I think it's 1% of projects in total. So if they're putting their scarce capital to use in a project, you should pay attention. Absolutely. What was another one you guys asked for? CTSI. Okay, let me take a look at CTSI and then I'll back to PolkaDot. I'll take a look at it a couple more. Never heard of this one, by the way. So this is going to be a brand new chart I'm pulling up. Let me take a look at the market cap real quick. See what we're dealing with here. CTSI, coin market cap, boom. Let's see. Okay, it's a pretty sizable project. Tizzy, 250 million market cap. Let's see what it's about. I don't even know what industry it's in. Smart contracts with Python. Okay, so that's cool. They're trying to use programming languages that are easy to connect. Taking to the next level. Okay, you got staking. Okay. Seems like they're heavy on the mathematical principles here. Descartes, philosophical. Interesting. Yeah. So let's see. What are they rolling out? Do they have a roadmap? Let's see. Ecosystem, labs, products. They got rollups, decentralized computational Oracle. So they've got an Oracle too. Okay, badass. I'll have to take a look at this one. Thanks for putting me onto it. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. And whoever asked for this one, I think it was Goldberg. Let me know if this is a ERC20 token or not. Just curious. Just type it in the chat. I'll take a look in a second. So let's draw our fib. Let's draw our fib. Let's go to retracement. Man, this is a strong project. It didn't sell off that much. Let's do our fib retracement from the bottom. So we want to look at first. Okay, on here, boom. And here, right? Let's see. Pull it over a little more. Pull this up so you guys can see. Okay, man, what a strong project. So I really like the technicals here, by the way. This is pretty strong. You only sold off from peak to trough. Let's see. I'm going to guess it's probably 60%. Okay, 75. It's not bad for some of the smaller altcoins. So the reason why I like this one technically is it didn't pierce the 786. You didn't even test it, which is good. You're trading in the golden pocket zone right now currently, right? Well, actually, you're testing the lower line in the golden pocket. You're literally right on it. So if you were going to buy more, this is where you'd buy more. But I love this setup. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful structure here. You've got a high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Yeah, this is a really good looking coin. Thanks for putting me onto this. Let me draw here. Let's see. Let's do a little line, a little ray. Let's see where this thing is trending. All right, let's see. If we get to September, where the price would be. So this is kind of your average, slope. Is what I drew here. I just drew a slope, just by my, did it with my eye, not mathematically derived, just what looks right. So by September, we could do a little vertical line. September. Sorry, it's lagging a little bit. So it looks like by September, this thing, could potentially be $8 if it follows this trajectory, this slope that it's following right now. Yeah, I really do like this. This is a very strong, I mean, it's one of the strongest I've seen so far, technically. This high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And for the next phase, right, you're going to have another higher high. So we can draw our fib extension to show you where it's going to target next. And I'll give you some price targets. So let's do, let me zoom in actually first. Easier to do that. So remember the way you do this. You look higher. And then you top. And then you low after. So your first price target will be your one. You'll leave your tricks to the one. And notice, awesome. Yeah, the confluence here. The 1 matches exactly with the 1 of the retracement. So it's a confluence level. So $1.77 is your next target, right? And then 1618. $2.62, 260 area. That's your second target price for the next kind of local high. And it doesn't have to just dump after, by the way. It could just range, and then you could go to your 2618, which would be $3.93, so $4. Those are your next 3 target prices for CTSI. You got $1.77, the retracement, right? The full 100% retracement. Your 1618, which is $2.62, and then your 2618, $4. Those would be the next 3 that I would look at. And structurally here, it looks pretty good. At the bottom, you're in your golden pocket. You're testing the golden pocket. So I do like this one. It's an interesting project. I'll have to take a look at this a little more in depth later. Okay, any more projects here? Yes, ERC20. Thanks for responding, ABHI. I appreciate that. Some social. Any thoughts on this? Also, Link go to 1K in a year. I'll do technicals on some social after I talk about. Yeah, so Link, definitely Link can go to 1K by the end of the year. I think the most likely price is probably the $400 to $500 range for Link. For a blow off top could potentially get it to 1,000. Fundamentally, there's a lot of reasons why Link will go that high, and that's because it's not protocol specific. I actually think the fact that Link is not ERC20 dependent makes it actually a very much more higher likelihood that it's going to go higher, right? Because any protocol can use it very easily. It's not just used by ERC20 tokens. The second thing, fundamentally, is ISO 20022 is going to get rolled out later this year. There's a lot of indications that Chainlink's technology and programming language is going to be used for ISO 222. So you could even see a potential partnership with XRP. I mean, there's a lot of potential here in Chainlink for a $1,000 end of year target. And by the way, I think PolkaDot could easily be 1,000 by the end of the year as well. And I'll get back to PolkaDot in a second. All right, some social. Some social. Let me know what the ticker symbol is for some social. I'm not seeing it come up. Some social. Yeah, just type in the chat whenever you get a chance. So next question. Let's see. INJ, injective protocol. Let me take a look. So INJ, and this has a partnership with Ramp, by the way. I do like this protocol. Let's take a look at the extension. Let's do a retracement too. So, retracement here. Pull that up. So injective, just like every other coin, tested the 786. We saw this in PolkaDot. We saw this in Ramp. We've seen this in every coin. You know, every coin is testing this crucial Fibonacci retracement line, the 786. I think we're done in the sell-off currently, guys. So right now it's actually below the 618. It's below its golden zone, so it's not as bullish as PolkaDot. It's not as bullish as the coin that we just looked at, CTSI. But that doesn't mean that's just right this second. That doesn't mean that it's not going to close above, right? If you get a close above this golden Fibonacci zone, the 618, $9.78, I think it's looking healthy and strong. It doesn't mean that we're bearish automatically here either. It's just it's less bullish than PolkaDot is all it means. You did kind of pierce this golden pocket zone for some time, but then it got pulled back down. So if we do trade in a little bit more of a bullish technical setup, let's take a look at our next target on the objectives. So we'll take out our fig extension, draw from the low to the high. So first, you're going to retrace to the 100% line, right? So your 100% line is here. So that's your next target price. And inject it. It is $20.77. Next target price, your 1618. $30. And then if you continue on in a bullish pattern, ultimately I think in this impulse wave, your next target price, I'll give you 3, would be your 2618, $45. Not bad for a coin at $9. So yeah, you have to look at this one too. Those would be your next 3 kind of target prices to look at over the next month and a half, I'd say. They released their mainnet before end of June. Good stuff to know. Thanks for that, by the way. Yeah, that's important then, because then if they release the mainnet before end of June, right, you're probably going to be hitting this 1618 by then. And then if everything goes well and and I'm assuming it's a bullish release and it's got, tons of more, room for growth and news to go behind it, then yeah, you could ultimately get to your 2618. But these are your first 2 target prices you want to look at first. $20.77 and then $30.20. But yeah, strong looking project. Let's take a look real quick at DOT. See how it's doing. And then I might have to pop off here real quick. And see how DOT's in the golden pocket zone, right? You're still in your 618. See how DOT's trading above the 618 retracement, whereas we just looked at injective right here. Injective is below the 618, just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not saying it's bearish. I'm just saying it's not as bullish. Whereas PolkaDot here, you're getting at a fantastic buy zone if you get down to the 618 golden line right here. So if you guys are watching it, PolkaDot's a big pickup here at $21.12. That's where I'd be loading up. You can definitely phase into it. You can have buys, ladder them in, as the price falls or as it rises. But once you get above this 0.5 line here, you're going to be taking off a little bit back to $30 in PolkaDot. So you're in a perfect zone to buy it right here in the 618, between the 618 and the 0.5 retracement. And also the RSI looks fine, by the way, on DOT. We've hit the overextended line here. There is a very bullish reversal here indicator, right? So you've got a higher low in your RSI, but a lower low in price, which means that this is actually a bullish pattern, right? This is hidden bullish divergence, right? Beautiful, beautiful setup in PolkaDot. I mean, just beautiful. You're in your golden pocket zone. You're not down below in a bearish looking setup. The wick was bought up quickly. It looks like this is actually a very, very beautiful time to buy PolkaDot right before they launch Parachains, which will scale it to 1 million transactions per second ultimately, initially to 100,000. So yeah, and remember my target price once it scales out, once it rolls out the Parachain auctions, we're headed to $80. We're headed to 80 by mid-June in PolkaDot. And right now we're 21. That's a 4x move and a blue chip project. So not a lot of downside, much higher upside. Perfect time to pick it up. You're in your golden zone. RSIs are bullish. You got hidden bullish divergence. I don't think Bitcoin's going to go ultra bearish all of a sudden. I know the price is probably selling off a little bit. But look, yeah, you're just bouncing around. Nothing bearish. You're at 36K. Yeah, so I think DOT's terrific to buy here. You should pick some up if you haven't already. This is one of the biggest phase shifts of any cryptocurrency project of the year. There's nothing big. This is bigger than the Ethereum Arbitrum rollout. This is bigger than Optimistic rollout, which is occurring next month in July, actually, not June. This is bigger than anything that any project is rolling out, and it's not being talked about. So you have a chance to buy here on the cheap when everything's quiet, because once this is rolled out, it's boom, see you later, alligator, head to the beach. So yeah, that's the last one I'll talk about for now. I'll take a look at Ocean real quick, and then I got to get off. Ocean, USDT, boom. Lower retracement. I don't like, by the way, on the Ocean, I don't like the lower RSI. I do not like that. That's the first thing I just noticed immediately. You saw how I showed you on PolkaDot. Remember PolkaDot? You had an RSI low here with a higher price. You had a higher RSI with a lower price than here. Hidden bullish divergence. That's what I mean by hidden bullish divergence. Here, on the other hand, you made a lower low in your RSI and a lower low in price. So I do not like the technical setup in Ocean, but let's take a look at the retracement nonetheless. Let's get our fib retracement tool. Boom. Boom. Yeah, and as you see, it went much lower than the 786 line. So you can see that, remember, we took a look at DOT and CTSI. They didn't trade this low. So Ocean for now, yeah, it's got a little bit of bearish momentum. I would avoid Ocean for now. Just for now. I mean, obviously this can change and it can become bearish again. I'm not saying the project's dead, by the way. I'm just saying in the short term it's bearish. Avoid it. It could take a little bit longer, right? Because when you get bearish patterns, lower RSI, right, a lower low, you're going to have trending for a lot longer, right? Versus PolkaDot, which has hidden bullish divergence, you're not going to get that trending for months, right? It could take Ocean weeks to recover, maybe months to recover the all-time high again. Whereas in DOT's a new leader. Chainlink is a new leader. You look for leaders after the sell-off. After the sell-off, you look for new leaders, right? New leadership always emerges after a sell-off. The ones that didn't go into ultra bearish territory, those are your new leaders. So I don't like Ocean. I don't like it technically. So I'm not going to give you a new price target because right now it's just too bearish. But that's my take on Ocean. Do I have any idea? Hey, various CFO. Do you know or have any idea when they'll release the Parachain rollout? Yeah, so I actually talked about it earlier in the stream. You probably weren't here then, but so basically they're rolling out Parachains any day. Right now, this is their checklist of things they need to get finished for Parachains. I honestly think it could happen next week, by the latest, by the way. It could even happen on Monday. I don't know exactly when. No one knows exactly when, by the way, but we do know that they only have a couple more, boxes here to check. These two are the same, by the way: determine auction schedule and publish. So, and then activate auction. Obviously, those are all obviously when you publish the schedule, this is going to get activated. So, these three are the same. You've got really two updates left. They've rolled through 95% of their updates, so they're pretty much done. It's just a matter of auditing, which they're doing in parallel right now. And all the devs are completely silent on their socials, by the way. So yeah, I honestly think this could happen by next week, maybe 2 weeks by the latest, but I don't see it taking that long because Gavin Wood, in a Medium post, he wrote a Medium article on May 17th that they would be releasing Parachain auctions within days. That was May 17th. We're 11 days away from that. So if we're 11 days away and they've published a schedule here, this checklist, we can't be much further away in PolkaDot, in my opinion. Let's see. So you think I should swap my Ocean for DOT? Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's a smart move, Goldberg, because you're in too much of a bearish technical setup right now in Ocean to overcome. it's going to have more volatility is what I see, and you could end up making a lower low in something like Ocean, because when you have this bearish pattern set up and there's no hidden bullish divergence, this RSI could continue to go down, right? And you could make a lower low. It doesn't mean you go down like to cataclysmic levels, but you could head lower here to like say, you know, I'm taking a look at previous lines here. You could head to 34 cents would be the next target in Ocean. So I don't like the setup here. It's bearish. So yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you know, multiply your gains, you might as well swap it into something bullish like PolkaDot. So I don't see that as being a bad move. And especially before parachains are rolled out, you're going to recover a lot of your gains, right, that you lost here from the sell-off in Ocean. So I actually think it's up to you, obviously. But if I were you, if it were me, yeah, I probably looking at the bearish pattern setup and the lower low in the RSI and the lower low in price, then yeah, me personally, I would switch. BNB short term. Yeah, let me take a look real quick. BNB. USDT. BNB looks strong. Let's see. Let's do a little retracement. Bull market started here in October, really, but yeah, that's it started here. Actually, it started here. So we'll draw a retracement from the low before the launch of the bull market. And then here. Very strong looking. Yeah, I like, by the way, I'm not a huge fan of BNB, the protocol, but it's obviously it's a strong coin technically. So it retraced to the 786 zone, didn't even touch the 786 line, the fib line, which actually lined up. It should have, it didn't though. So there's a lot of strength here. It did make a low in the RSI. It's not good to see that, but it just means it's not as bullish as PolkaDot. Whereas remember in Ocean, not only did you have a lower low in the RSI, but remember in Ocean Protocol, it's sold off all the way into the 786 zone, this gray zone. So that's why I was more bearish on Ocean for the technical short term. Now, if I had to rank order the most bullish projects technically that we just looked at between, say, Ocean, PolkaDot, Cartesi, Injective, and Ramp, PolkaDot would definitely be at the top end of that. And on the bottom would be Ocean. And then BNB, Cartesi would be second, BNB would be third. That's how I would label it. Then Ramp, then Ocean the worst, right? And the distance between Ramp and Ocean would be a lot bigger because Ocean was very negative. So in BNB, particularly here, you're in your golden pocket zone. You actually peaked through the 0.5 fib line, which is bullish. So this is definitely a little bit more bullish, even though you have a lower low in RSI. The fact that you retraced above shows there's a lot of buyers coming in, buying up BNB, tons of buyers. So let me do your fib extension lines, and I'll show you the next target prices of where BNB is going to go. So do our low, to our high, to our low. So you're going to retrace first to your 100% zone. So next target price will be, can't see it actually. Let me zoom in. That's not it, by the way. That was an accident. Your very next immediate target price is going to be here, which is a confluence zone with the fib retracement. So $436 is your next target price. 434 around there. Then after that, your 1618. 577, and then after that your 2618, 796. So those are your three target prices for BNB right now, which would give you, let's do the percentage gain. If you bought here and you go to your first target price, that's a 32% gain. You go to your next target price, 77% gain, and then your third target price, 145% gain. So not bad. Not as bullish as PolkaDot, but not bad. It's a good project. I like it.
Yeah, anytime, guys. I'm gonna head off. I'm just gonna end with PolkaDot real quick. So remember, you're in your golden pocket zone here right now. It's a perfect time to buy. Let me give you the percentage gains if you bought now for PolkaDot my target prices. So my next target price for PolkaDot obviously is going to be $41, which is a fib extension line. That's an 88% gain. The very next target price, my second target price, is 83, and that's because we have the near-term catalyst of Parachains rolling out. That's a 285% gain if you buy right here. That's only my second target price. So a fib extension beyond this would be $100, right? So, which is psychological too. So 380% gain is ultimately the next short-term return you're going to see in PolkaDot in, say, the next 3 weeks. I give it 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks at the most. But all right, guys, it was good having you here. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the comments. Go ahead and follow me. Follow me on my YouTube, by the way, which is Natural Law. And that way I can start getting people to come over to my stream there and watch what I do there and gain a following, because YouTube's got the biggest following for sure. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll stream again probably tomorrow if you guys want a Saturday weekend stream. So just take a look out. Just watch out for my streams. I'll probably do something tomorrow or Sunday. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.